Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Saving Made Simple channel. My name is Bella, and today it's going to be a very different video. Normally when I sit here, I have a basic guideline of what I'm supposed to do or say, but today I pretty much woke up after thinking all night, like even my dreams were about money. So I know I need to put some energy into figuring out my next couple of weeks financially. So I think before I move forward, I want to say thank you to anyone who has shopped on my Etsy store this past week. I have had a lot of fun packing orders. And with that, I actually was hoping you guys would be okay with me just taking 1 minute out of this video just to show you some of the stuff that I was working on that I now have available, just the minis. So what I do is once I create a set, I print them off, I trim them up, I laminate them so that I can take photos and videos and put them up on the website. So I wanted to show you guys, like I don't have one of everything, but I just wanted to show you guys a really quick, I'm not even gonna really talk about them. I just want to show you like what I have available. Like if any of these catch your eye, you should go check out my Etsy store. So I spent a lot of time, so these are all old, so I'll move them over here now that you've seen them. I've got all of these here, colored ones now too, and I'm still making them. I'm thinking about putting them all together and calling them my Crayola set because I'm coming up with like so many of them. So I got these colored ones here. These are available three per sheet, and they're $2 a sheet. They are PDF, but what I do is once I'm done laminating them and trimming them all up, I throw them all into this drawer that I call my freebie drawer, and they go toward being freebies. So these here are my Halloween sets. This is the only ones I've got so far. I did just make some more last night. I just haven't printed them off yet. And then this isn't all of my autumn ones because I already gave away the rest of the, I have 9 for these, I think, 9 or 12. And I've already given away most of them. So this is just what I have left. But again, the autumn ones. And then I've got these guys here. These are just the 2 of the 3. There's this one here. Okay, there's one worth 25, one worth 50, and then there's one worth 75, which I've given away. So I will probably be printing off some more of those, but right now, as you can see, I've got a ton. So as far as freebies go, I usually do 2 to 3 per order, depending on how much you spend. If you spend like 50 bucks, I'm gonna give you like 6 or 7. I don't know if I'll say that. If I get, well, I mean, a lot of the ones that have spent like larger amounts, I've given them like a free board game. So, yeah, there's that. All right, so here we are. Let's get back to the point. So I think the reason I wanted to try to figure all this out on camera is that no person's life is perfect. And we all come across situations that are going to shake up our normals or our routines. So I feel like documenting what I do in this situation may be what gets me, possibly even you, through the next situation. Whatever I do right, or maybe whatever I could have done differently, because I don't think there's a wrong here. Experience is the best way to learn, in my opinion. So that's why I wanted to film this process, trying to figure out what I'm doing. So for anyone who's like, Bella, what is going on? I'm sorry, I probably should have just said it earlier, but I broke a toe. One silly little injury, and it's ruined my life. Okay, I won't say that. It hasn't ruined my life, but it's really, really set everything off balance because I went to the doctor and they told me no restrictive footwear, basically no shoes, for 2 weeks. And I work at a factory where not just shoes, but steel toes are mandatory. And therefore, I have been off work for the past week, and I'm going to be off all this week as well. So I have no idea what I'm going to be getting from disability because I haven't been off like this since maternity leave, and that was almost 10 years ago. So I honestly have no idea what I'm expecting as far as money. I know that I should get a week worth of pay this upcoming week because I did work the week leading up to the August 3rd long weekend. And I did have a little bit of overtime in there as well. So I will be doing a cash stuffing on the on the on the 15th. Are we really into the middle of the month already? Man almighty. Okay, so on the 15th, I will still be sitting down and doing my budget breakdown and everything once I find out what I'm making. But right now, I've got to think about other things, like on the plus side. Okay, and this is like where the happy comes in. Childcare. So I did pay $380 toward the day camp, but I did call them as soon as I was told no work, and they told me they would issue me a refund for the past 2 weeks. So that $380 should come back. But I don't know how long that's going to take, because I talked to them on Wednesday of last week, and here we are Monday of the next week, and I haven't heard anything since. So I think if nothing else, I might reach out to them again today and try to figure out where we are with that, because that's $380 that could go towards my expenses. But like, you know, looking at it, trying to be positive about it, you know, my son has never had like a real summer holiday. I've always had him in like a really something like a babysitter or day camp for the past 3 years. And you know, and I think back to like when I was a kid, my parents were separated by the time that I was Colby's age. So I always went to whichever parent was home during the day, because they were on opposite shifts. So if my mom was on days, my dad was on afternoons. So like I would spend 2 weeks at my mom's, and we'd be basically free throughout the day. We'd have water fights, water balloon fights. We'd play hide and seek outside. Like we'd be able to do whatever we want. Stay up late, watch movies. Of course, Blockbuster was a thing back then. But then like same with my dad's. You know, we would wake up at 7 in the morning and then just be outside until dinner time. And unfortunately, with like me having to work and me being the only one really there, my son has had to endure like the very strict timings of what day camp is. So, you know, at this time we're doing this, at this time we're doing this. If you don't like it, sucks to suck, you know. So I am really happy that for the past like week and now this week, we kind of get to do whatever we want. Aside from like the financial limitations, like it was my left foot that I hurt so I can drive. And I don't know, it's kind of like my blessing in disguise. Like for the first time, he kind of gets like a little summer with me. Anyway, so the benefits here are at least I don't have to pay for day camp, and I don't have to pay for my babysitter. But then the next thing is rent. So you guys know I pay $300 a month, which I know is like pennies compared to what some of you guys pay, and you know, I feel terrible talking about it at all. But you know, I find that a lot of the time I kind of kick myself for not having like the financial independence to have my own place yet. But right now is when I'm really noticing like the biggest benefit, because my mom and I do not have a contract. She's not, you know, a slumlord. She's not chasing me for rent. She actually told me like after I got back from the hospital with my doctor's note, and I was like a little teary-eyed thinking about like what am I going to do for the next however many weeks. She's like, Michelle, I don't want you to think about rent. She's like, you know, you and I are good. You have other things to think about them. So like, thank you to my mom for helping me out in this situation. But if I was paying an actual rent or mortgage, I would not have that understanding from people. And so in this situation, I'm so happy to be in the situation I'm in. So childcare and rent are two things I do not have to think about, which is really, really nice. So what other expenses do I have to think about here? Oh, what's also great is that while I've been off, I actually have already gone through an entire cold, which completely knocked me off my feet. So at least I didn't have to call in though, because I was already off. So that's another nice little benefit. Okay, so tax-free savings account. If I can find a way to continue to contribute to my tax-free savings account, I would like to, because this is the fund that will help me and has helped me. So I know that this week I'm not making anything. So the week of the 12th to the 17th, I'm not making a single cent. I don't know what disability is paying me, but I know from work, I'm not making a cent. The 19th to the 24th, 19th to 23rd, I'm only working half days. So that's 4 hours a day. And so that's basically nothing. I'm not making anything. And then I do still have to pay for day camp for the last week, which is this week, because my son will be at day camp this last week. And then he goes to his dad's on the 26th to the 30th. So I do have to pay for day camp for this last week, and I might just ask them to hold on to whatever that payment will be, and then just refund whatever else is there. So I do get the CCB on the 20th, which is $480, but I do not want to put, like, I mean, this is where I get conflicted, because I don't want to put that money towards all of my expenses. That's not what I want to do. I did do all of my son's back to school shopping. The only thing he needs now is shoes. We got backpack, pencil case, lunch bag, all of that. The only thing he needs now is 2 pairs of shoes, indoor and outdoor. And I'd like to get obviously I need back to school clothes, but for the most part, I buy him clothes all the time. Like, every time I've got a $5 bill in my wallet, I'm like, oh, this is a $3 shirt, let's get it. But okay, so Leo, let's grab a calculator here. All right, so the bills that I'm gonna have to cover for the rest of the month are tax-free savings account. We got life insurance. We've got car insurance. We got my car payment. Okay, so that's $535. Okay, then we go to September, because I don't know what this week is going to look like as far as my pay. So I'm going to take consideration that we have another tax-free savings account and another car payment. So I think we're looking at $870 for major expenses. Plus, I still have to think about groceries. I still have to think about gas, my credit card payments. I think the only thing I can do that's reasonable is I think I have to empty the majority of my savings challenges. I'm not going to empty all of them, but I do think I have to empty most of them, because I need to have the money in the bank to cover these expenses. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through, I'll start with my large challenges. I'm going to go through and figure out what of the large challenges I can, I don't know, what the word is here. I'm okay with starting over. It's my main savings has been for Christmas, and honestly, Christmas is months away, and I'm dealing with right now. So I'm going to start, never have I ever, I'm going to leave, because it's a scratch off challenge, and as dumb as this sounds, it's going to be more aesthetically pleasing for everybody if I just continue that one as it is. So I'm going to leave Never Have I Ever alone, just simply because it's a scratch off challenge. Yeah, so Saveopoly, I did empty. I used that for back to school shopping, because I just didn't think that, the save the date money would be enough. Okay, so Shut the Box, I'm going to empty as well. So, I'm just going to, I'm not going to restart everything, but I think a good chunk of these challenges are going to be restarted. So Plinko, I'm going to empty. It just doesn't make sense to have all of this money sitting in envelopes with no purpose really, except for to go to Christmas. But Christmas is still months away. It's August, so September, October, November, December. We're still 4 months. And I've proven to myself before that in 4 months I can save a pretty good chunk of change. So Wizard of Oz, I will empty as well. I just don't see, when I have all of this money tucked away in envelopes, I shouldn't be stressed. That kind of thing. That's where I'm at. And these little mini savings challenges, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the ones that are in progress in here. I'm going to empty the ones I've finished already. Because I don't want to feel like I'm starting from scratch. Like, at least I've got something from that one challenge that's in there. But I'm going to leave the ones that are in progress in there. And then I'm going to pull the ones that I've finished. Because the ones that I've finished, at least all I have to do is just wash them off and start over. But like, so we're going to empty this one here. So there's 15. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this money in the bank, and that way, as things are coming out, I won't get overdrawn. And that is the important thing here. I do not want to have anything overdrawn. That would mess up everything. So I want to make sure that there's money in there for whatever's coming out next. Luckily, I had enough money in there to cover the expenses that came out last week, which was obviously my car payment. Like the money that I left in there, I never touched. Did that even make sense? I'm not sure. Let's just continue. All right, we'll take these out. Oh, look, a 10. It's just, I would rather start over here than have to deal with like bank fees and stuff from being overdrawn. So this is just the better of the options. And I'll do a count in a minute. But like right now, so like I said, I know I'm going to get like half a paycheck. So if I normally get like $1,300, so I'm expecting about $650. And then on the 20th, which is next Monday, I get the CCB, which is $480. So that'll put me up to $1,130-ish. But I'd love to have, like, I don't want to, like I said, count on that money because I don't know how long this injury is going to affect me for. So I'm just, you know, like I said, I would much rather have this money in the bank than have it sitting in envelopes. It just doesn't make sense to me to have it all sitting here collecting dust when it could be helping my present situation. And you know, if I end up having money left, then that's awesome. Like if I end up having money left in the bank, then I'll pull it all out and restuff it all. Like I am by no means am I like giving up or anything, right? Like, okay, let's start with the counts. We've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I hit the wrong button. All right, so 293, I'm going to be taking that to the bank today. So I know that's not a huge amount, but 293. So my next expenses that are coming out, 293. So my car payment's done. So the next expense that's going to be coming out is my tax-free savings account. So that will cover the $100 that comes out for that. And it'll cover my life insurance. So we'll subtract 100. And then we'll subtract 55. And it'll almost cover my car insurance. But of course, I do get paid on the 15th. So, yeah, at least that'll cover like some of the expenses that are coming up. I'm actually thinking, I think maybe the Orca challenge, the one that's ongoing, I can restart that. Like I got through 3 of them in not long at all. So there's $100 here. That's for my Orca's minis. So these guys. because I had already finished 3 of them. And I'm thinking, can you get back in there, please? Thank you. Maya? So I think I'm going to restart these guys as well. So then I'll put this money into the bank as well. So I think I said I had 263. So now it's 363 that I'm going to be putting into the bank today. It's just what I'm going to do. All right, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I didn't empty everything. I'm not starting from scratch. But I did use my my gas card already because I'm trying not to use my credit card because I don't want to get overwhelmed with credit card expenses. I've got this 5 put aside still because my kid's going swimming today. But, like, I had to get shampoo and conditioner. I was sick, so I had to get medicine. So, like, I have some stuff, like, I need to think about. And when I've just got money sitting in an envelope, it just doesn't make sense when I know that the next upcoming however many weeks are going to be difficult for me. So, today I'm going to run this money here to the bank. And it's going to be like my buffer until I figure out what is going on financially for me. I did think about like opening my savings can, but like this is money that I have access to right now. And honestly, it's probably the easiest way to work with my situation. So, yeah, I think going forward, I'm going to take a 1 or 2 week holiday from savings challenges, just because there's no point in putting money aside for savings challenges when I've just had to empty them all because money is going to be really tight. So I'm going to be focusing for the next 2 weeks on my essential expenses and my bills. So I really didn't know what direction this video was going to be taking when I turned on the camera. I don't know if I expected that I was going to be emptying everything. I don't know. I guess I knew I needed to get money from somewhere, and obviously I don't want to take the money out of my tax-free savings accounts and stuff like that if I don't absolutely have to. And when I've literally been saving up, you know, I mean, like, to be fair, I do have month ahead for my car insurance and for my phone bill put aside. So if all else fails, like if this isn't enough to cover that, I'll use that money. And I'll keep you guys updated if I end up doing that. But yeah, so today I'm going to run to the bank and I'm going to take all of this in. And then I'll be back with you guys on, I won't have anything to unstuff, obviously. So I will be back with you guys on probably Wednesday nights, Thursday morning. And I will update you guys on how much I'm making from work. If I get anything from disability, I have no idea how long that takes. But yeah, I'll update you guys on all of that. And then on Thursday, I will be back to do a cash stuffing of whatever I can. Ideally, I would like to refill all of my essential envelopes. So like groceries, obviously, dining out, I mean, we'll see. Pets, I don't know, but like my medical and my beauty, that kind of thing, I really think I need to keep refilling because as like medical things come up, like me being sick, I've had to buy toe tape, I had to buy Tylenol because of the pain management. So I'm going to be keeping up with what needs to be kept up with until I'm caught up. Yeah, okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today. Like I said, I'm going to run this money to the bank today, and I am going to try to figure out how to make everything work. Once I figure out, like I said, what I'll be getting from disability, things will get clearer. But I think that this is what I have to do today in order to keep my bank from going into a negative balance. And I might even send a chunk of this to my credit card because I haven't had money to spend. So I have been using my credit card a little bit more. So I might even send a fraction of this money to my credit card to try to offset some of that debt I'm recollecting. So I think that's all I've got for you guys today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed to whatever extent you can. If you did, please remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys with a hopefully more normal video on Wednesday. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.